My name is Leela. I am 24 years old. I work in a small restaurant. I bring food to people. I smile all day, but inside I am broken. My mother is very sick. She needs an operation. The doctor says it costs $50,000. I do not have this money. I work hard, but I cannot save enough. Every night, I cry alone. An old man comes to my restaurant. His name is Ezran. He is 80 years old. People say he is very rich. People say he owns many buildings. People say he is cold, but I see something different in his eyes. Ezran watches me work. He sees my boss shout at me. He sees me stay quiet. He sees everything. One day, the hospital calls me. My mother will die this week. She needs the operation now. I sit down. I cannot breathe. Tears fall from my eyes. I have no money. I have no hope. Then Ezran walks to my table. He sits next to me. He asks what is wrong. I tell him about my mother. I tell him about the money. He listens. He does not speak for a long time. Then he says something strange. "Marry me." I look at him. I think he is joking, but his face is serious. He explains. He will pay for my mother. He will give me a good life, but I must be his wife for 5 years. I must live with him. His children want to put him in a nursing home. He does not want that. I cannot believe his words. He is 80. I am 24. He could be my grandfather. But my mother will die without the operation. I have no choice. I say yes. The wedding is in 3 days. We go to City Hall. There are no flowers. There is no music. A woman looks at us. She asks if Ezran is my grandfather. I say no. I say he is my husband. She stares at me. Then she gives us the papers. I sign my name. My hand shakes. We are married now. Nobody claps. Nobody smiles. Ezran takes me to his house. It is very big. Everything is expensive, but the house feels empty. It feels cold. I have nice clothes now. I have jewelry. I have a soft bed. But I sleep alone. Ezran sleeps in a different room. We live like strangers. 1 week later, we go to a restaurant together. People see us. They stop talking. They stare. They whisper. One woman says, "She looks like his granddaughter." One man says, "She is waiting for him to die. She just wants his money." My face gets hot. I feel so ashamed. Ezran hears them too. He reaches for my hand. His hand is old and shakes, but he holds me tight. He wants people to see. I am his wife. I look at him. He does not care what people think. But I care. I lost something important. I lost my dignity. 2 weeks later, Ezran's children come to visit. Their names are Dante and Mira. Dante is 55. Mira is 52. They are both older than me. They do not smile at me. They look at me with cold eyes. At dinner, Mira speaks. She asks Ezrin why he married me. She says I am too young. She says I do not love him. Dante says bad things about me. He calls me dirty names. He says I only want money. I want to cry, but I stay in my chair. Then, suddenly, Ezrin hits the table hard. Everyone stopped talking. Ezrin stands up. He is old and weak, but he looks strong now. He says I am his wife. He says they must respect me. He tells them to leave. Dante and Mira look shocked, but they stand up. They walk to the door. They leave. Ezrin sits down again. He looks very tired. I look at him. I see something new. He is lonely. His own children do not love him. They only want his money. For the first time, I feel sorry for Ezrin. He defended me. Nobody ever defended me before. One night, I cannot sleep. I hear piano music. It sounds very sad. I walk to the living room. I see Ezrin. He sits at a big black piano. Tears run down his face. I watch him for a long time. When the music stops, I bring him tea. He drinks it. Then he starts to talk. He tells me about his first wife. Her name was Seraphine. She died 40 years ago. He loved her very much, but he was always busy with work. He wanted to make money. He forgot about his family. Seraphine got sick. She died alone. He was at work. After she died, he gave his children money, but not love. Now they only care about money. Ezrin cries. He says he wasted his life. He says money cannot buy love. I sit next to him. I hold his old hand. From that night, everything changes. I start to care about Ezrin, not because of money. I care because he is lonely. He needs someone. I cook soft soup for him. I read books to him. We talk about life. The age difference does not matter anymore. We are just two lonely souls. Something grows between us, something real. 3 months later, Ezrin has a stroke. His face changes. He cannot speak. He cannot move. The doctors say he may not live. His children come. They try to take him away. They try to put him in a nursing home far away. But I am his wife. The law is on my side. I take Ezrin home. Every day I take care of him. I help him wash. I help him eat. I change his clothes. I give him medicine. My hands become rough. My face looks tired. But I do not complain. This is my choice. One night, Ezrin cries. He says he is sorry. He says he kept me here. I tell him the truth. I choose to stay. I want to be here. I love him. 3 years pass. We live in a small house in the country. We plant flowers. We have 2 old dogs. We are happy. Ezrin gets weaker each day, but he smiles more. He says these are his best years. He says I gave him the gift of love. One morning, Ezrin does not wake up. I sit next to him. I hold his hand. He opens his eyes. He looks at me. He smiles. He says he loves me. He says thank you. Then he closes his eyes. He dies in my arms, peaceful, quiet. He is 84 years old. I find a letter on his desk. It says, "Thank you for giving me a second life." I cry for many days. Now I stand at his grave. I am 28 years old. People say I wasted my youth. They do not understand. I loved Ezrin. He loved me. We had something beautiful, something pure. Money cannot buy this. Only 2 souls can create this. I put red roses on his grave, his favorite. I kept my promise. I stayed until his last day, and that is enough. That is everything.